Yo, slow feet don't eat. What's going on? What's going on, man? Listen, I'm excited about tonight. All right. I'm excited about tonight. Um, Listen, tonight I'm gonna have my guy, Justin Bam Lynch. Awesome brother. Him and his wife. Shout out to Sophia. Are going to be joining me on the podcast tonight. We're going to be talking about their journey, what 2020 looked like for them, the obstacles that they had to overcome, both internally and just in general, right? This guy has come a long way in the last 12 months, doing some phenomenal things in the real estate business by way of North Carolina. So I'm excited to have this conversation tonight. This guy is a gem, man. He's always present. I believe he became a student like right when I started the program, before we had tons of student testimonials and success stories. This guy took a chance, trusted me to give him the information that him and his family needed to get successful in this business. And he's doing his thing, man. He's closed 6 deals. He's got a bunch of deals in the hoppers. He's doing different JV deals. So guys, if you're in here, show some love to the Lynches. I'm going to bring them in, man, because I want them to intro themselves almost. These people are great. The interactions I've had with them have always been a blessing. So Bam, Sophia, what's going on? What's going on?
Hi, everybody.
Man, you made me feel like a damn boxing intro. I'm about to come in punching when you were hyping it up.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm really excited to have y'all on. Y'all been doing some awesome stuff, man. Y'all had an amazing 2020. And I want to get right into it. Where were you guys at as a family, as a unit? Because y'all are a team, and this is why I like y'all so much. Y'all are
I'm an employee, man.
Nah, Sophia is definitely the boss. Yeah. But y'all are a team. She keeps you in line, in check. She is making sure that you get things done. And she's got you in beast mode. So where were y'all at 2019? Like, what was going on? What were you doing? I mean, you were working with construction, doing boxing. Take me back, man. What were y'all doing in 2019?
2019, we were just getting like settled back in from having the boys back from the NICU, and because our twins are born at a pound of both. So we were just getting settled back into home life. And, I was doing pro boxing and trying to keep weight right and keep fighting and keep pushing and working construction, catching checks that were like $500 a week and then catching check for $200 a week, $100. So it got hard, really, tell the truth. Hey, we owed the oil propane people so much they came and pulled the tank.
Hey, listen, Bam, man, a lot of people don't know. If you're not in the Southeast or Northeast, you might not know about those propane bills, man.
For real.
Hey, listen, once a year they got to pull up on you, and you gotta pay for that heat for the whole winter, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
That's when we was like, man, we really got to do something. We can't. Hell, we ain't gonna last in the winter with no propane tank.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So, were y'all renting then, or what was the story there, man?
Oh yeah, man, we renting a little. I mean, I keep it real with it. So we were renting a little piece of shit house. Like, it was all messed up.
Yeah.
Floors was falling in, man. Now looking back, ARV of that probably was like $2,000 up.
No doubt, but that's the beautiful part about your story, right? Like, y'all were just doing what y'all had to do for your family, to take care of your children, yourselves. How did you even find out about real estate? How did you find out about wholesaling?
A buddy of mine in town, actually, I was thinking about real estate, me and my wife, and a buddy of ours, like from high school, got into it. And we were like, man, what are you doing in them regular houses? Like, you ain't gonna sell them. Like, but he did. And I'm like, damn, what you do? So, I mean, at first people tell me they ain't gonna tell you too much because they had to go get it. So you got to go get it. They can't just teach you the game off the get-go.
Right.
No doubt. He told me about it, and we were like, oh, man. So we just started looking into it. I kept reaching back to him and just gaining knowledge. We just grind for a little bit.
No doubt, man. So you find out about wholesaling. You're in your hometown, I believe, right? Like in North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Albemarle, North Carolina, born and raised. Bulldog Blue, baby.
I love it. I love it, man. So you're trying to figure things out, right? Like you want to do better. You want to make things happen. And I respect that, man, 110%. How do you even come across me? How do you come across the you? Where does that even start at? I know we're pushing into 2020. I think I started the you in May of 2020, if I'm not mistaken. How did you even come to find out about it?
Man, we're actually doing a JV with Michael Darby.
Shout out to Darby. Yeah.
He reached out to us like we were first struggling, and
That's my brother.
he reached out to us, and we got it kind of figured out, and we started working with him and locked up one, and he was like, man, you need to join the U with my dog Chris Jefferson. And we had already seen you on YouTube and stuff. We were like, man, you can get us a little that nigga famous, all like
Instagram. One day you were preaching. Telling us to just go ahead and do it. What to wait for? And I was like, see, look, he telling you everything right here.
Yeah, so he told us about the U and we jumped right in.
No doubt, man. So you get into the U. You've been working, prior to that to really kind of get your feet wet in the business, ultimately make some things happen for yourselves. So what was that journey like once you guys got into the program? And I don't want to make this like a you commercial, right? But at the same time,
you changed our life. Like, it deserved to be a commercial, dog.
But at the same time, it's love, because I've seen you guys from like the beginning to where you guys are at right now, the things that you guys have been accomplishing in the past 12 months, the conversations that we've been having. You guys have been, I love y'all, man. Y'all have been supporting me from the jump. Like no snuff, no bullshit. Like, yo, Chris, man, we riding with you, man. Like we supporting everything, both of y'all.
If you see where we came from, where we was living at, you will understand why we so loyal to you.
You gotta be loyal,
like,
man.
You don't understand.
I love y'all.
All about loyalty.
Absolutely, man. Hey, listen, we from the South, man. That's how we built. And so y'all get into the U. You start finding out about real estate. You're getting that cold game that I'm giving out to my students. And what starts to happen, right? Like, and before we even touch on that, what were your fears about wholesaling before you even got started, back at that time last year? Like what were the mental roadblocks? Because I think a lot of people deal with these. What were the mental roadblocks that y'all were dealing with about, is this possible? Can it be done? Can I do it? Like, what were you kind of dealing with?
Yeah, I guess just like the whole fear of failure and like being like, man, I don't know what to say to these people. Like, I mean, I'm from the country. So I'm like, everybody gonna know I'm black as soon as I pick up the phone.
and that's a fear. That's a real fear.
No black guy in Albemarle.
Yeah, no, that's a real fear that some of us have. I've had that before myself. And so you've got in your mind, right? You're like, look, they're gonna hear my voice. They gonna know I'm black. They not gonna want to do business with me. How am I gonna make this work? I'm not. You like me, right? I'm not a suit and tie guy. You know what I mean? And I'm not coming up in the company shirts and all these different things. And we don't talk about what you're saying enough. And I'm glad that you really brought that up, because that is a mental hurdle for us as Black people in business in general, especially just starting out in an industry that's dominated from people that don't necessarily look like us. And it can be a mental roadblock that we place on ourselves unfairly, and thinking that, man, like this ain't for me. It sounds amazing. I wish that I could take advantage of something like this. I wish that I could do these things, but it ain't going to work for me. And so you're kind of dealing with that. Sophia, what's kind of your thought process and conversations you're having with Bam at that time?
I'm telling him that he can do it. His confidence was a little bit low, and I think it's because here it was a lot of phone calls that we made, but they will respond to me faster before they respond to him. And I think it's just because of the voice, the female voice and everything. But he knows a lot of people. He knows, like, he's really popular in Albemarle, and a lot of people know him. It's
only like
here.
13 people, though.
I'm from the
so
city.
I seem like a celebrity, huh?
So a lot of people didn't know me as much as they know him. And if you know Rock, or if you know me, you know that I was Rock girl. So it was just that. But my husband, his confidence was always in his hands, and I don't know why, because I was like, you are really smart. You can do this. Talk, just talk. Be you. Be comfortable with yourself. You already know what to do. And
Right.
I just kept saying it until it got in his head really good, loud enough for him to understand.
Yeah, and so
Because I love his ego.
no doubt. The wave guy, with the wave guy.
Right.
There's a couple of them.
I see you splash it, man. And so confidence, though, like lack of confidence when you get into the business is a real thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is.
You know, one of the reasons we just mentioned, but there's other reasons too, right? You know, do I have the money to really get into this? You know, am I smart enough? Right. And that's something that people really struggle with.
And when I started the U, I had $100 in my bank account.
Yep.
Man,
we had $100 left. We were like, so what are we gonna do with it? I was like, well, we're gonna join the U. Hopefully this deal we got falling through, we're gonna close it. Well, actually, she was like that because I was like, shit, don't even. But she was like, no, we doing it.
Yeah.
No,
like she doesn't talk now. If I don't do it, she's gonna drive me crazy.
I take action really fast. I'm okay with failing. Like, I could be okay with that. It's nothing to me, a felon. Like, I done struggle a lot. So to me, that's nothing. But he really is what you would say, like, to be competition a lot. And he determined to win no matter what. And I love that. He's still that way.
I think it's competition, but it's also as men, especially like Bam, like I see him as a provider for y'all's family. I see him as the leader of y'all's household.
The foundation.
And as men, we wear that as a badge of honor. You know what I mean? And so I've been down bad before, and when we're down bad, things ain't going the right way. We only got a couple bucks left, and we got families to take care of. We got people to take care of, different things. It's
really hard for you men, as men, y'all. It's really hard for y'all.
Yeah, it can weigh on you mentally, and it can affect the way that you perceive or look at things that you're looking to do. So I can understand that, man, 110%. And that's why you blessed, man, have a great woman behind you, you know, constantly pushing you forward and instilling that confidence or putting that confidence in you so that you can move forward, man. Because let's be real, right? Like you lacked some confidence when you first started. What were those barriers, man? You know, you talked a little bit about it, but let's dig into this a little bit, right? Like,
it's just like
were you really having? Like, what mental battles? And let's be real, like what were you dealing with, bro?
Man, it's always like that. Don't want to lose. I'm such a competitor. I feel like if I get on the, well, I felt, now I don't care, but I felt like if I get on the phone, they tell me, no, I just lost. Yeah, man. I've been trying not to take L's. I've been taking L's my whole life. Like, I want to jump in it when I'm like ready and set to go and I know everything, and I don't want to ever get stumped with a question. Yeah. So I was just always fearing the unknown, you know, the thing that hold everybody back at the same time. Like, you ain't gonna know what it is. You just got to do it.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, right? So like you say that thing that holds a lot of us back, and what that is you know, we talk about it in the U a lot, but it's mindset, it's mental, and the mind is a dangerous thing. You know, if we don't, you know, I had this conversation with somebody last night. You know, like the brain is a muscle at the end of the day. And if we don't exercise and nurture that muscle, feed that muscle, get that muscle energy, you know, then it's going to be weak, right? So we have to work to strengthen it. We have to work to build our subconscious mind, things of that nature, and that's a journey. Sometimes we just have to go through. When I first started, I struggled with similar things. I remember like when you first started, Bam, like having conversations in the group about. You know, you not being comfortable on the phones or not wanting to talk on the phones. Tell me what that was. Like, what was going on?
Man, it's just, I tell you, it probably break down to about three things for the phones. That not wanting to be rejected. And then it's like that thought in my head, like, all right, so what happens if I do, you know, put on my best white voice or my best yellow voice and actually lock up a property? Then what? Then I gotta go out there. They gonna see I'm black then.
Yeah, right.
like really, it's like, cause the town I live in so country. It's like
it's tough.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what I'm saying. So I always had that fear, and then it was like, all right, now if I can pass all those, what the hell am I gonna do with this house? Like I'm getting a house. What I'm doing with this house? I don't even got a house. How am I be buying houses? I ain't got a house.
No doubt. So how did you first start to really kind of overcome the mental hurdle you were dealing with at that time?
Really, the roll call and my wife, like her making me do the roll call too. But it's like getting on there with y'all, and especially when I had one against you, that turned me to a little bit of a monster, low key. But
I like it. I like it. I like it.
nah,
Yeah.
because it was like I didn't get on there and sound totally stupid, just about halfway.
Say that again. My bad. Go ahead.
I said I didn't get on there and sound totally stupid. So I was like, shit, I might can do it. I don't know.
Yeah, and everybody has their own lane on the phone. You know, we don't all have to sound the exact same. The beautiful part about people and how things work is that somebody who identifies with me might not identify with you. Somebody who identifies with you may not identify with me. You know, there's space for all of us. There's money for all of us to make. There's opportunities for all of us to take advantage of. And so it just took you time to build that confidence. But through 2020, you're struggling with the confidence. You're trying to overcome some of these fears that you have about the business. But at the same time, you're still taking action. So how do you balance
I ain't want to.
fears but still taking action? Speak on that.
I ain't want to be real. I just couldn't come home to her and she'll say, what you doing today? You ain't working? Oh, you just gonna lay down. Okay. Lay down, Rock.
So she really on you, driving you. So Sophia, what were you thinking at that time in the sense of like, all right, man, I really got to push him. Like what was your thought process? What were you seeing in him at that time that maybe he wasn't even really seeing?
That he can do it. Like, I know he's gonna be big. Or so to say, I know we're gonna be big. I don't care how anyone looks at it. If it's him doing the role plays, it's him doing anything as far as the business, we all gonna eat. Because the way that we think is everybody around us, our circle, even our small circle, even our youth family, is when we eat, we gonna make sure everybody eat. We're gonna make sure that everybody get blessed as well. Because that's how I look at things. But for him, I know he a good person. Like, he wants to see his community do good. He wants to build it better and stuff. So when I seen how good he was as a person in the inside, even on his bad days, even when he wanted to quit work because he was tired of it, and every time it was a hard day for him, you was preaching.
Oh yeah,
you was saying
you
something.
caught me on the hard days with
so
your,
I was like, you
Speak on that because so people that aren't in the U, they don't know about those U sermons. Sometimes we take it to church, and I gotta preach to y'all a little bit. We gotta have those real heart to heart.
Right.
You don't mind calling nobody out either. So
right. Telling them like it is. And that's what we needed, was someone to push. Like, I'm a female and everything, but for him to hear from another man, I feel like it was even more better.
Yeah, but it seemed like every time like work be going bad or light bill due or food, like we ain't got no food in the house. Every time when those moments happen, then we'll jump in the group and then you'll start hitting some notes. I'm like, damn, man, ain't talking to me again.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just did about, well, what you doing to change it, man? I'm like, damn, I didn't do nothing today to change it.
Respect, man. That's love, man. That's love.
I feel like when I take off, y'all gonna call me out automatically. So it's like I can't have a day off.
Fact. Look, we keep each other accountable in the U. I love all my students, man. I'm constantly trying to push y'all, constantly trying to get y'all to see the best versions of yourselves, because I can relate back to that time. I can relate back to the struggle and when things weren't going the way that I wanted them to. A lot of that energy, man, a lot of those thoughts that we're consuming at the time, that's really it's just in our head. We got that voice in our head, and for better or worse, we got that voice in our head and we listen to it, right? And we listen to it when it's good conversation. We listen to it when it's bad conversation. And sometimes that bad conversation from that voice in our head, it sounds a little better, right? And what that is when it sounds a little better, all right, what that is really is that's us giving ourselves excuses. That's us giving ourselves the easy way out. That's us settling, right? And so, like, be real. Like, you come from a small town. Some folks call it the country. You come from a small town. A lot of people don't go on to do big things, right? That's just the reality of it is. I'm from the country. I get it, right? And so,
this one of them blessed towns, though. I'd be real. Like, this one of those special type of towns, though. Got so many black businesses and like 5 NFL stars from one little town. So it's like, it's a blessed town. Everybody here a little bit different.
No doubt. And that's a beautiful thing, man. Like that's one of the things that I talk about a lot is that everybody has their own journey. So, you're in the U. I'm preaching sometimes, and that's how it always works, right? I'm not no preacher, but I done been to church a couple of times. When I'm acting up, I ain't doing things that I should be doing.
You the R-A-I-E-T, man. R-A-I-E-T.
No doubt, man. And you feel like you're like, damn, like how you just talking to me every time?
Yeah.
Like,
I loved it. It was like support in the background on the screen. I was like, yes.
I couldn't miss it because she said, you hear that?
Did you? Yeah. I was like, did you hear him?
So Sophia's in the background. I'm preaching. You sitting there getting hit with all the bars, and Sophia
Every time.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
I love that. So you start to get some progress. Do you stay in the current market that you live in at that time, or are you focusing on other markets virtually? What does that look like for you as you start to move your business along?
We started out being all in the same market. Like we drove for dollars like every single day. Like even when I went to work, like I go on lunch break, my whole crew, they got to ride with me. They ain't got no license. So hell, they come for dollars too. Hey, write down that address. And so, but they all jumped in and like they feel like they real estate investors too, though. So it's like we just didn't want to go far outside of our comfort zone to start with because we're so nervous.
Yeah, and again though, like to be clear, so like what were those nerves really rooted in? Like what was it you felt made you nervous about things?
I guess, man, I can't even say. Like probably just failing.
And that's
keeping the power. We ain't gonna have no heat this summer, like this winter, like all the emotions carried on top of that thought of damn, if I sink money in this and fail, how my family gonna eat?
That's real. That's real. I mean, you said it yourself, right? Like, man, like you down to your last $100 making a decision to get real estate coaching when you got food to provide, you got power bill to pay for, propane, right? All these different things.
But my pops was with it though. My pops even said, man, he was like, hey man, fuck that regular house, man. Y'all come live with us. Y'all jump into real estate. Like y'all can live with us and the kids and jump into real estate hard.
What I like about what you just said, like the first thing I thought when I heard you say that just now about your father, right, is that the beautiful part about what you got going on, man, is that, and sometimes I'm telling you this publicly in front of all these people, in front of YouTube, one of the beautiful things about that is sometimes we can't even see who we are at certain times, but we've got people around us that love us, that believe in us, that support us. And so I've been there. And sometimes we just sitting there thinking like, man, like why they keep pushing
me? Why y'all keep believing me? Just tell me no to some shit. Like,
why you keep telling me I can do it? Like I can't. Like, why are you telling me I can make it work? Why are you telling me I can do this? I can do that. And what I hear, man, is you got a big, beautiful circle of people around you. Love you, support you. And the beautiful thing too is that failure, man, is a beautiful thing. We talk about that in the U a lot. Like I love failure. At one point in my life, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But failure is the beautiful thing that I've come to embrace. And so, tell me about your first deal. I don't want to make this necessarily a case study, but kind of tell me, man. Like when did you do your first deal? How did that deal come about? Did you JV it? Like talk to me about kind of how that came about.
The first deal in the U or the first deal?
You pick whichever one you want to do.
Whichever one she tell me to do, we can do. Cause I'm trying to do extra stuff at night sometimes, so I ain't gonna make her mad.
I hear that, Sophia. Which one you want to talk about?
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the U. I mean, because the first, you need to know the first one, really, to be honest with you. Some mentors are not for you. Let's just put it that way. Some mentors, like we had one female mentor, she's good at what she does, but my husband and her wasn't seeing eye to eye on certain things. I felt like
trying to be my boss every day. It wasn't like
she was more.
Nobody need two bosses.
Yeah,
man, I got a woman to tell me what to do. I ain't for have to.
Yeah.
I got 2.5 already. I got a mom and a daughter. So all women tell me what to do. I ain't having another one.
Yeah.
I hear that. So,
Yeah.
all right, so let's talk about the one you do inside the U, right? So, how did that come about? I know you were driving for dollars. How did you find that particular lead? Kind of tell me about that.
That one right there, we were driving for dollars, and we probably went across the same property like a million times. Like, just didn't
Didn't do
pay
anything.
no attention. Like, it was in our hometown. Like, we seen it a million times.
Yeah.
We just never paid attention for some reason.
Mm.
So then we got back and we got to the house, and she was like, you gonna skip tracing already? I was like, man, damn, I just got it. Like, I'm finna go to sleep. I'm finna do it like 10:30. I gotta get up at 1.
Sophia, like, hey,
Yeah.
Look,
Like,
you know-
let's go. Because the more
What
you,
were you thinking,
time
though?
is
Like-
important. You kept saying that time is important. Slow feet don't eat, and I really felt that way. But let's not be slow about it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So you telling them like, look, I know it's 10:30, baby. I know you tired,
Right.
but you're gonna skip trades this leave before you go to sleep
Right. Or you ain't going to sleep, and you gonna hear me the whole night.
the whole night. So bam, you go skip trades the lead. Who calls the lead? Which one of y'all calls the lead?
She called the
Yeah,
lead.
I called them.
All right. How was that conversation, Sophia?
It was kind of good. He couldn't speak English clearly, so it was a little bit hard. But I got him to what was it? Schedule a call so that he could actually talk to my partner financial, which was him. And I just basically let him know that we would call him about the property to ask more questions. Can we set a time, because he stayed in what was it? California?
Yeah, California.
Yeah, Cali. And I think because the time are different, I think it's like what, 2 hours out, 1 hour different.
4, yeah.
4 hours. Okay. And to me, it didn't matter about time. So yeah.
You ready to get it?
I got him to agree the next day to talk to my husband on the phone about the property, and then that's when Rock was a little bit nervous, but he kind of got that little confidence after the
So
you know, I'm telling you, you just don't know what you be doing.
I wasn't gonna call it yet though. If I call it, you know what I'm saying? I'm dirty. Let me get a shower. I'll call it and we'll go from there. She was like, no, why you need to? He can't smell you on the phone.
Yeah.
That's real though. That's
so
real.
I called him and I basically placed it right there. So it was like no choice.
Oh wait, Sophia, hold on. So you picked the phone up, called him, you hit him with one of those. You called.
She's like, well, I'm gonna tell CJ and you that you still holding your feet and not moving around.
Man, she putting pressure on you. So you dialed it, the phone started ringing, and you just handing the phone like hot potato.
Yeah.
Like, you better do something.
Yeah.
And so you get the phone. What happens from there?
I get the phone and like I jumped straight in. Like I really didn't know a thing about that. I didn't want to know his hair color and that. And I was like, what you selling it for?
But I like this, right? So you ain't even using the script at this point. You just
man, I forgot all about the script. I got on there sweating and
I did use the script when I first called him. I used the script.
But this is what I like though, because a lot of people get caught up in just taking action, right? Like a lot of people stop themselves from getting started in this business, really making anything happen that they could make happen because they're scared to take action, just do something, fail forward. So you get on the phone, you nervous, you sweat your waves out. You know what I'm saying? You going crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so you just say to the guy, hey man, how much you want? Right? Yeah. What happens from there, bro?
He told me he was like 42. I was like, okay, well. I was like, oh, he said 42. Like that might be possible. All right, damn, he just came out top with a possible number.
I love it. So he hits
like, I'm gonna go drive out there and look at it. I hung up on him.
You hung up on him?
Hung up on him.
Wait. Why you hung up on him?
He done said a number. I'm going to investigate, like look in windows or something.
You ready to go just straight to the house? All right, so you hang up on the guy. He said 42. You say, all right, bet. All right, you looking at Sophia winking like, I think we got one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but see, she took so long to get the kids ready to go. He done called me back. He said, I don't even know your name.
You didn't even tell your name. You hung up so quick.
That's what I told him. I said, babe, you didn't even introduce yourself. I mean, he already knew because, like, again, when I called him and I was like, hi, this is, Sophia from HBR. We were calling about the property I believe you own. My partner had drove past it, interested in buying it. Can we talk?
I see Sophia been in the course. I love it.
Hey, but see, when he called back, I was like, oh, shit. But then so I was like, okay, I know what he wants to sell for. So then I reverse engineered the script in my head.
All right.
And started asking questions about the property from there. I was like, all right, second chance.
Yeah.
I love this, man. So you start digging into it. He tells you what, 42, I think you said, right?
Yep.
So when you look at the comps, and I'm assuming you're using the charged up method of comping, all right? You look at the comps.
I used like every method you could think of then. Like I used the charged up. I was doing the 70%. I was like,
I love
let me
that.
check, triple check, quadruple check. I'm gonna check every comp there is.
You try to make sure you got it right. So
Man,
what are you thinking you could sell that deal for though?
I was figuring I could sell it for about 50, 55.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So nice little hit. Now, since you failing forward, all right, let's talk about one of the things that we don't talk about enough. All right. How much of that money was you spending in your head when you looked at the comps? You didn't even have no buyer. It won't even on the contract yet. What was you thinking about?
Man, I was like, shit, we finna get 2 cases of diapers, light bills, oodles and noodles.
Yeah, we
like,
thought about stocking
up. Fill this house up with food.
And then put into the business.
Yeah.
Like, it was never blowing it.
We're not materialistic because we always had without. So it was like, we finna doomsday prep this time.
Right.
Like,
Nah, no doubt. I love this, man. So y'all like, look, we cashing now. We getting all the snacks.
Man, what? In case we don't get it, we finna eat off this forever if we get another deal.
I love it, man. So you're looking at this. How do you find your buyer?
I found my buyer
through Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah, Facebook.
All right, Facebook or Facebook, like Facebook Marketplace or just Facebook in general?
The investor site on Facebook.
Okay, all right, cool. So you want to say which one?
The North Carolina, Charlotte cash buyers or something like that.
Dope. So you go in there, you post a deal, right? Post your deal in there. Somebody hits you up, I'm guessing. How do you know they're a legit buyer? How do you even know what conversations to have? How are you getting this done, bro?
Man, the thing is though, when I post the deal, I still ain't looked at the property. No pictures of that, and I just posted right in there.
Now hold up, man. We gotta back this train up, man.
I didn't even know it was tenants in the property.
Oh, I love this, man. This is a beautiful story right here. All right, so hold on a second. So you talking to the guy in Cali. He say he want 42. You ready to restock the crib, right?
Finna eat for real.
Yeah, we about, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be putting steak in oodles and noodles and everything.
No question. You like, we about to get to it, right? So you done skipped a few steps now. All right. So you ain't going in the house, you ain't talking to no tenant. You like, look, it's time to get paid. So you go straight, put it straight on Facebook.
Yep.
All right. Guys, this is a beautiful part about failing forward. I love this story. So you go put it on Facebook, buyer hits you up. Bro, how do you take this from not seeing the property at all once you're talking to buyers to getting this to closing, man? You got to connect these dots for me.
Man, this one, it got the, well, then after that, I put it on there. I had a bunch of people hit me up. So I was like, well, I ain't going to tell them nothing yet because I ain't got no pictures. I'm just ignore them. Like, she was like, somebody hit you up there? Nah, babe, nobody.
Right.
Ain't no interest because then she going to maybe go take the pictures then.
Right.
I was like, no interest really.
So how do
I was
you get over there to start even taking the pictures and getting this thing to the closing
I
table?
asked the guy, I was like, is there any way I can get into the property and get some pictures? He was like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, what? He was like, well, I tell my tenant, she's the cousin, I tell her to take some pictures or let you know. I was like, oh.
You ain't even know nothing about no tenants.
Yeah.
Tenants.
So this is the first monkey wrench. So now you got a monkey wrench. Is the buyer already ready to go? They just want to see the inside or see some pictures. Like, where is that kind of at?
Well, we really didn't have any good buyers, so it was kind of like.
It was a previous buyer that he was on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
But I guess he invested with the other investor that we had.
The buyer brought
put
a
it
partner
together.
in with him.
Yeah, so it was like a connection. I don't know how it just happened, to be honest with you.
So
we just kept staying constant about the situation.
So you keep moving the ball forward. You just ready to get this thing done because you're ready to eat. You ready for Sophia to cook up a crazy nice steak for you.
I swear.
And she ready. She ready because she like, look, you've been putting in work, so I want to make sure I take care of you.
Right.
Respect. So you end up closing this thing. How you get it done, however, right? You get this thing done, you fail it all the way to the closing table. And this is the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. You can fail a deal all the way to the closing table. The most important thing that we've been talking about so far is simply just taking action.
Mm-hmm. That's really all it is, man. You just, no matter what you do, fuck up fast and do something else. Like, you ain't got time to dwell on it. Or if I wouldn't, because I was starting not to pick up the phone, but when he called me back first, but I was like, all right, let me pick it up. He might say something.
What was that was making you not want to pick it up? Was that the nerves? Was that feeling unsure? What was that?
That was like the nerves, like I got it so close. I know I'm finna mess this one up.
Right. So that's that voice in your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
That voices in your head, like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. Man, I'm gonna mess this up. And you're having to work through that, right? To kind of move this thing forward, man. That's a beautiful thing. And so you fail this thing forward. You failed all the way to the closing table. How much do you end up making when you sell this deal, when you assign this deal at closing?
Well, after I found out it was a tenant, we dropped the price to 30. And then we then the buyer dropped. So I ended up making $7,000.
All right. So you end up making $7,000. You got to go back, renegotiate the contract because of the tenants, all these different things. You end up making $7,000. All right. What does it feel like, Sophia, when Bam fails all the way to the closing table? You've been on his ass. All right? You've been
organizer, man.
I'm about to say, well, I'm positive. So when something happens, I always believe in that there's a reason.
Yeah.
So I hate to say that. I gotta stay positive. I'm my mom, so you gotta stay positive. Kids don't need to see you stressing. Your husband don't need to see you stressed because he already stressing. So you don't need that at all. But I think when he told me that, I was just like, okay, in the back of my head, like, God, so now what is it that you're trying to tell me, or what is it that he need to be doing now? That's how I look at things. I never look at it in a negative way or a bad way because it don't turn out good. Like when we first started out the business, like when some stuff was messing up, and I was like, "What you doing? You want me to do this by myself? What you doing?" He was like, "No, babe, let's get it together." I was like, "All right, let's get it together." Now, when we do business, it is business. Like, it's no feelings or family situation. Is all business, and we like to keep it that way.
Separate, and that's likely what makes y'all work so well together. Is that y'all can make business and home.
Right.
So at first though,
it was a challenge because
talk about that a little bit, right? So like we got a lot of couples watching. We got a lot of couples in the U who have spouses, things of that nature. What was that like when y'all were first? Like, what was that process like?
I guess it was like it was mainly me. Be honest, I just needed any excuse not to work.
Bam! I just got to tell you real quick. Sophia's face just now when you said that, it looked like it was really you. You get what
I always try to keep it real. Like I own up to everything I do. Well, that came later, like in the U and everything. Taught me just own up to shit. But I own up to everything I do. So like If she pissed me off for something, I'm like, man, fuck, I ain't working on that business. I ain't getting y'all no damn money.
Right.
Like, I ain't with that today. Like, we gonna be in this bitch cold until everybody learn how to act.
No doubt, man. No doubt. So, Sophia, I gotta ask you this, right? Like, he comes home, he's got this $7,000 check.
Mm-hmm.
How proud are you of this man?
Oh, I was really proud of him. The first thing I thought was like, you really did it. I'm so proud of you. Look what you just did. Like, can you believe this? Like, you can do more. Like,
this you want to go food shopping, huh?
Hey,
yeah. Then I was like, all right,
yeah. Had to spend money, had me sweating again.
Yeah. Look,
boy.
It just came in. She was right. She had hit that grocery store.
So we're going to get the food. I'm like, damn, I thought we were gonna trick this one. Like,
yeah.
I'm always on the go. I always gotta keep going, and I feel like that's the reason why I'm here, is to make sure that stuff keep going. So even with our ups and downs, I had to explain to him, look, you're mad at me right now, but this business don't got nothing to do with it. We got to run this business, and nobody else gonna run this business. Nobody else gonna make the money. They're not coming here to caring if we gonna pay them or not pay them. Our kids gotta eat. So we gotta continue to go. This is our business. Like, we're not getting paid by no government or nothing. Like, this is us.
You gotta put this work up. Yeah, respect, man. Hey, Bam, you got a strong Black woman, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. She ain't gonna let you.
She a slave driver in her past life.
She ain't gonna let you slip, man. She ain't gonna let you slip up.
What was that? I've seen a lot of problems with men though. Like, they had so many. I'm not against no one, not even females, but Black men struggle more on earth than anybody else.
That's a fact.
And I don't like that. I got 3 sons.
Respect.
So I'm gonna make sure mine's is straight.
Hey, shout out to all Black women, man. Shout out to all women. Now, look, y'all got to push us. Y'all got to move us forward, man. The Black woman is God.
What? Come on now. The glue.
Move us forward. Nah, I love this, man. This is beautiful, man. So, Bam, what's that conversation like with your pops, man?
He was happy as hell. He was like, man, I knew you could do it. You're about time. Like, you gotta get some more so you can get the hell out of here, because I'm sick of working with you. You don't listen. Like, I do not want to work with your ass no more. He was like, you gotta close some more deals so you can quit.
No doubt. He like, because your dad is in construction as well, right?
Yeah, he the superintendent. He the big boss.
Yeah, and so that's what I can hear too, man. Is like he wanted to push you, he wanted to drive you farther, right? He's like, man, like you got an opportunity, man, to really, you could go farther than me, right? You gotta get confident. You got Sophia behind you. You gotta go walk your path, right? And you've been doing that, man. So how many deals have you closed since that deal?
5 and 1 Thursday's closing.
All right, you got one coming.
3 under contract.
So you got 1 closing this Thursday. You got 3 under contract.
Yeah, and I got like 5 or 6 hot leads today.
Yeah,
I even walked through them the same day. I sent my dog Mike Darby. I hit him up. He's like, "What? You got him?" I'm like, "Hey, yeah, man, go look real quick." So we got on the video call. Mike Darby, my dog from the youth for everybody else, but
yeah,
he the one put me on to you. Like,
Michael helped us a lot as well, learning a lot. Michael, I had reached out with him on Facebook one day. I think I seen him on Max and yours as well. I was like, he got to be somebody.
Yeah, they just said, "Hey, to that dude."
Yeah, and he's so smart. So I was like, he got to be somebody. I was like, I want to know who y'all really dealing with. I want to know the background. That's what I want to know. So
I wasn't really caring. She wanted to know. I was like, man, I don't care.
Oh yeah,
like, I'm just trying to get some money.
No doubt. So y'all link up with Darby. Shout out to Mike Darby, man, great brother. So he's helping y'all, motivating y'all, giving y'all game, helping y'all move things forward. Y'all doing some deals and different things together, man. So you went from not knowing which way was up, if we being real, right?
Oh yeah, big time, man. Right. All I knew was paper sale for house.
Man, right. And that's a start, right?
Yeah.
You fail your way all the way to a closing table, make 7,000. Now I'm your coach. I've seen you improve. I've seen you get better on the phones. I've seen you get better as far as it comes to your business. I see absorbing knowledge all the time in different places, really taking this by the horns, man, and really turning it into something that you can already be proud of, but that you, your family, everyone around you, the rest of the you family can even be more proud of you and the things that you guys are doing. You got 3 properties under contract, 1 closing Thursday, 5, 6 hot potatoes in the pocket right now. I mean, y'all getting to it. Y'all getting some work in right now. All right. So, hey, now listen.
Yeah,
Listen.
big time, dog.
Thanks to you.
Listen, I appreciate that. You know it 110%, but it's y'all. All
Hey,
right.
man, real talk. If Jesus was light skinned, you would be him, dog. You the light skinned, man.
I love you, man. I love you, man. Look, I ain't like man, brown, but look, I love you, man. I'm the same complexion as y'all, man. But look, man, that's nothing but, man, that's nothing but love, man. You know that, man. We were able to kick it in person when I was down in North Carolina a while back, a couple months ago. Hang out with both of y'all, man. Y'all got beautiful, beautiful spirits. I can't wait to see what y'all do in this business, how far y'all go. Man, y'all gonna do some crazy, crazy, beautiful things, man. And it's gonna be awesome to see. I want to salute you as well, man, because you know this scene behind you, man. This ain't looking like Pop's house, man. It's looking a little plush, man. Speak on that. You know, what else did you accomplish other than just doing these deals? What else did you accomplish?
We did our favorite deal since we entered the U2. We locked up our house in the wholesale deal and ended up buying it.
I love it, man. I love it. Congratulations, man. Blessed to y'all. That's awesome, man. So y'all able to pick up a home, and then all this happened in not even a full year.
No,
not even a full year, right? Like really, like 8 months.
Yeah.
Right. Like y'all really did all this in 8 months, which is crazy. So salute to y'all, man. Like I said, y'all gonna do some amazing, beautiful things in the future, man. Guys, I want to get some questions in with them. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them for me in the comments so we can touch on those questions and we can answer those questions that you guys have. If you have questions about real estate, how did they overcome certain fears, things of that nature, feel free to drop your question for the Lynches, man. So what's the goal while we wait for some questions, man? What's the goal for 2021, man?
Yeah, mostly to keep building the business, and we're trying to get our training facility off the ground where we can mentor the youth and give them somewhere to go besides the streets, and like teach them real estate. If sports don't work, we got another path. If you ain't that smart, you just got to be a grinder. Like teach them real estate. Like we want to give back. Like that is blessing for us. Like being able to give back and reach out and help as many kids as we can and impact as many families and
get as many rental properties so that we can help a lot of people as well when it comes to that.
Let's go. I like it, man. I like it. Sophia talking that wealth language, man. We got to get those rental properties.
Yeah, we got to still have some investment somewhere, you know, not in the bank, but somewhere where we know it's still profit.
So we're trying to work for our business now so it can work for us in the future. Like,
yeah, absolutely, man. So, you know, one thing that you just mentioned that I want to highlight too is you shared something with me recently that I had thought, but I didn't know for sure because we hadn't talked about it. But you know, you used to box and professionally box and do these different things. That's something that you had to give up.
Yeah,
you had to sacrifice. And that's something that you love.
Yeah, I gave up that and coaching because I coach middle school. I mean, I was coaching youth league, and then I got an offer to come up to the high school with my son and them and keep coaching the same group of kids I've been coaching their whole life. Like them kids really like helped make me. But so it was like, hey, if we're gonna do this business, like she already doing something. I gotta get my foot in the door a little harder. So I can't box, go to football, and help her with the business for like 10 minutes at night. We ain't gonna get nowhere.
Facts. So how hard was it, man, for you to even let some of that stuff go? You're passionate about it. Like you love it. Like what was that experience?
That right there probably like fueled my fear. Yep. It was like, man, now I done gave up all that for what? Something that might not even work. Like I gave up everything I ever done in life for something I don't even know.
And he kept saying it too. When I had to tell him, I said, your mouth is very powerful. What you speak of it is very powerful. So stop speaking that way.
But I thought she was talking freaky when she said that.
Nah, that's enlightened language right there. That's a powerful sister, man. She know, man. The words that we speak hold power. They hold weight.
Oh yes,
They affect
manifesting is real. Manifesting is real. Praying to God is
absolutely,
real.
man. Absolutely, man.
I didn't believe in God like 3 years ago, so like it's all a different thing to me.
Yeah,
respect.
it was my challenge, but
Word. I love that, man. Y'all a beautiful couple, man. Y'all are super dope, man. There's gonna be a lot of people that see this, that y'all motivate and inspire, and y'all are gonna be able to, show and let know that these things are possible. I salute you for sacrificing. That's something I speak about when I'm giving y'all those. Yeah, I give y'all those sermons sometimes in the U. I talk about the sacrifices.
And man, you hit us with so many sermons. I went out and bought a podcast setup so I can start my own podcast.
I love it, man.
That's so smooth. I'm finna podcast too, dog. Like,
I love it, man. Look, and I'm gonna be one of y'all guests, man. I'm gonna have to jump on y'all podcast when y'all get it.
For sure, man.
100%, man. So, salute to you, man, for giving something up, and then at the same time saying, man, I want to go back and open the gym. I want to give other children the opportunity to box, get that type of structure in their lives, so that they can get on the right path and start going places. Because my family's from a small town, and I know what that experience is like. And in those moments, man, especially as a kid, you don't see the world as being too big. A lot of times you just know that little town that you come from, and it takes somebody like y'all and where y'all are at right now in your lives to go be able to show them, being on this podcast, talking about your business and different things that you're online. You never know who's watching, who's inspired by the information that you're putting out into the universe, man. So hats off to y'all, man. Let's look at some of these questions we got that have filtered in from people. Let me see. A lot of love for y'all, man. People love what y'all are doing. What's the end goal, man? Like, what's the end goal for you guys? Sophia spoke about, rental property to wealth. You spoke about giving back. But speak on that a little bit more. Like, what does that end goal really kind of look like?
Man, financial freedom, and being able to help other people that go through the struggle even worse than we did. Like, being able to show them the roads of real estate, and like, it's not like the training facility isn't about real estate, but we also gonna show people how to do real estate. If all else fails, we got another path, So that's what got us here.
Multiple incomes.
Teaching athletes how to invest money. Like, I even dropped out of college too. I didn't say that, but I dropped out of college at the same time. I quit boxing, coaching, and college.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, actually, they helped me drop out, though. They were like, you ain't been to class in like forever.
That's how they did me, man. They said, hey, don't even pull back up. You know what I'm saying? Don't even You know what I'm saying? I figured, man, if I went back to class one more time, they might send the campus police on me, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's dope, man. I love hearing that, man. I absolutely love hearing that. This is a good question. Are you looking to move to a virtual market? And do you have any markets in mind?
Oh, that's my big dog. You fam.
Let's go.
Yeah, we just, man, he been reaching out, helping me a lot too, man. My dog Sarge, like, we were talking, he was like, man, go ahead. Every time I don't answer, Sarge hit me back. Like, damn, he like my wife.
Thank you, Sarge.
Sarge be on it, man.
So everybody know we headed to a market near you somewhere.
I love it, man. So y'all looking to expand 2021, man. That's good energy right there, man. Did all your deals come from driving for dollars or from a list?
No, we got both. We pulled lists from charged up lists.
Yeah.
Y'all know, go drop them favorites. We ain't do our own sorting and that, and we went in there and picked out your favorites and said, shit, he made money with it. We might as well try something like
right.
There it is. Yeah, man. Look, shout out to chargeduplist.com. It's in the link below, in the description below, rather. Look, I put my favorite list on there, man. I put them on there so y'all can do exactly what the Lynches have done. Take the list that I'm telling you that have been working for me and go make some money, man. So shout out to you guys.
They better come into you and grab that secret weapon.
Hey, man, listen.
I try to tell a lot of people if they want to
super hot leads in one day using the super secret weapon.
Hey, listen. And the launch codes, man, it ain't doing nothing but launching missiles all
For real. For
man.
real.
Man,
Yeah,
I just got out of feds too. You know, Twilio loved me. I had to get back in. But
you had to work back in. Nah, I know how it go, bro. I know how it go. Now you off probation, man. We booming. We booming. The secret weapon is rocking. How was it defining those roles as business partners? You guys are in business together. How did y'all get that? It's got to be tough, man. You know, husband, wife. How do y'all even get that sorted out? So it really is the spinal cord of the whole thing. So how did y'all even get that sorted out?
Mostly, like, one of our biggest things was like, she can tell you her part. My biggest thing was like, people always saying you can't do a relationship and business, and I'm like, then the competitor kicked back in. I'm like, watch this shit. Like, okay,
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna be the best that ever did it. Like I'm gonna have the perfect house with the perfect kids and the perfect wife and the perfect business. Like, just because they said that.
Respect. Sophia, what was that like for you figuring out how to define those roles? Which one of y'all was going to be doing what? You know, how did you figure that out?
Well, I always knew what he was good at and what I'm good at. And I could talk to people with no problem. Greeting people with no problem. Meeting anything, scheduling anything, that's me all the time. That was me before this even had happened. So
baths, everything.
You're right. He was really good at numbers. And when it comes to talking to certain men, he can connect with them, even if I just some of them you just can't.
Yeah, Bam got that infectious personality.
Yeah,
you know, like he got that ability to get around you. He make you feel good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So we already knew, like, from the get, who was good at what and what. But I wanted him to be good at all of it, because it is starting to get more busier. Like, we are getting more challenged now as far as all these properties coming in, and our kids having more events and more things coming in and doing with them. So I had to try to give him most of the work so I can help on this side, which is the home.
I would rather the work than the home. She got some, I don't even like her kids.
The kids, the everything. Like, I keep up with the schedule, making sure that he still attend and and I do follow-ups with a lot of people that we have already seen or talked to. And most of our stuff is coming back now from follow-ups as well. That's
I love it, man. Sophia really is the backbone. She is pushing the house forward over there, man. I can see it. I respect it 110%. Bam, you got to hold on to Sophia with your life. All right, you got to.
He got to. He's not going nowhere. That's mine. Like, he's not going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. You know that's right. And Sophia, you know who to call if he try to act funny.
Right.
Because I'll get right on him. Right on him. I love that, man. I love it. Did you guys end up branching out or sticking with Charlotte? Like that Charlotte and the surrounding area? Because I remember us having that conversation, right? Like Charlotte was tough, different things. What did y'all decide to do?
With the secret weapon, I got all them links with Charlotte, but I ain't gonna talk about the weapon no more. What?
We can't tell them everything.
What?
We can't tell. But hey, look, that thing changed the game, though, don't it?
What?
Yes, sir. Come on. But we're just now starting to actually branch out. We haven't done a deal outside of North Carolina yet.
Yeah.
But that should change in like the next day or two. Like we getting a new list. We got skip traced, and we're gonna lock up something this week in a different market. It might be somebody's neighbor. Your neighbor got a house that's vacant. It might be gone tomorrow.
I love it. All right, let me see what else we got. My guy Adonijah, shout out to Adonijah, man. Great brother right there as well. Gotta salute this comment, man. This is facts. So in love, you can see it. Always respect a woman who fully supports her man. Always respect our women in general. That is a fact. That's a fin.
Yes.
100.
Like you said, everything is like a puzzle. Everything connects. Everything.
100%. When did that first deal happen?
January last year. It was January 10th. My birthday was the 8th, so it was the 10th.
Dope.
That was the very first one, not the U one. That was the very first one.
All right. When was the first U one? When was the first?
The first U one was in May. No, it actually didn't September, I think. Yeah, September.
Dope. And so one thing I want to point out too is like, look at that time gap, January to September. He kept pushing it forward. Didn't give up on what he was trying to accomplish. Sacrificed things that he loves, wanted to do, but kept being consistent, kept pressing it forward. And in a short period of time, all these beautiful, amazing things have started to happen. On that tenant that you had on that particular deal, what did you do with them? Did the buyer take them? Did you do cash for keys? How did you work that out?
They just left. They didn't want to deal with their uncle no more, so they just
because it was a situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't have worked out no better, man. I like that.
Yeah.
What was
boy LaBreeze? That was my hometown boy right there.
All right, that's dope. That's dope. So this LaBreeze is from your city.
Yes, sir.
Asking a question, man. Shout out to LaBreeze. So any friend of yours, Bam, is a friend of mine. You know that. What would you tell a person with analysis paralysis?
What you waiting for?
That's
really gonna go away if you don't do nothing. Like,
yeah, they gonna cuss you out and you can't do nothing about it.
Get you a Sophia and she will make sure you do it.
Hey, and that might be all it takes. That might just be all it takes. You gotta be a strong woman, until you get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, man. I love it. Do you think you'd be where you are today if you hadn't enrolled in you?
Nope.
Man.
Ain't no way, because my wife wouldn't have had nobody to snitch on me to. I was okay. Everybody just gonna know you're a quitter. How you gonna be trying to win? Everybody gonna know you're a quitter. If you drop that thing, everybody gonna know you're a quitter. You know I can't lose.
Sophia, you know how to get to them, don't it? You know how to.
Yes. But I was watching you on Max, and I was watching y'all all for a while, and I guess you got my attention more because you started preaching, and I was like, okay, that he's the one. He is the one. And now
it's my daughter. That's a fool right there. Something wrong with him.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. You already know that, man. You already know that. Yeah, shout out to the launch codes. Hey, my guy Ricardo, man. Shout out to Ricardo. Look, the secret weapon leaves no survivors, man. You know, we hitting everybody. We ain't playing. We
already.
And the youth so strong. Look, the youth family is so strong. We deep, man. We in every state in the US, man. We is not playing.
Hey, the other way to the defeat analysis paralysis, like he asked a second ago, get the secret weapon, because you'll see, but you can't not do it.
Facts. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. You guys are clearly super supporters of the U. Can you share the top thing you learned and implemented from the U? And what's your number one? This is a good question. All right. And what's the number one piece of advice for somebody new to the program?
Deidre is the glue. Ask Deidre. That's the number one piece of advice. Ask Dee.
Yeah. She'll motivate you all the time. Follow her as well, because she will motivate you.
Dee pushed me to get into the little cold call challenge because she knew I was nervous.
Right. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you.
I love that.
Thank her on that one.
Yo, shout out to Da. Yeah, she definitely did that. Guys, look, when you come into the group, you know, I'm going to co-sign and second that. You know, look, we've got things, man. We've got cold call role plays, which Bam is talking about right now. Every Saturday, shout out to Da. Shout out to Sarge that get people in the room to practice their cold calling, what you're struggling with when you're talking to sellers, scenarios that come up that are difficult for you to deal with. We're giving that support, helping people out. So shout out to y'all, man, for making that work.
And for the new ones joining the U, just be patient, because your time is coming too.
And don't be stingy. If you can't close it, JV that thing. Like,
don't think
the U is the biggest JV group in America.
I'm trying to tell you. And don't think any question you have is because it's not. You ask it, and that's how you find out.
You scared to call, you can get paid in the U really walking properties for people. Like,
for real.
Yeah, listen, man. And I'm going to go on record. All right, this is public. All right, I'm going on record. This ain't one of our coaching calls during the week.
I'm going to get a Powerade endorsement, coach.
Yeah, you deserve one. You deserve one. Look, there's no doubt about it. We got the biggest JV network in the entire real estate industry. It's no comparison. You can JV do deals in any state, And with the secret weapon, it really opened things up. It really opened things up. Let me see what else we got. Let's see. I saw another one come in. What's the best piece of advice you can give to an individual who hasn't gotten their first deal?
To keep going.
Push.
Do not give up. Keep going. And if you in your head, it's the same way if you're saying it out your mouth that you can't get it or it's not going to happen. If it's in your head, you thinking that way, it ain't going to happen. So stop thinking like that. Stop thinking like that. You got to be positive the whole entire time. Even when you don't want to be positive, you got to be positive. That's the way you're going to get there.
Nah, what I love about what you're saying is, and that's why we talk about mindset in the youth so much, is that is really the most critical piece, is getting your mindset straight.
Right.
And the critical part about that, and I love that you pointed out, Sophia, is that we have to be positive. And it's so easy to be negative. We got life going on, family,
especially now,
COVID going on, all these different things, people losing jobs and getting sick. And it's so easy right now to consume yourself with negativity that you really got to find that balance and create opportunity.
Trials and tribulations. You guys are going through it right now. Okay. So keep going. Go through it. Push. Stay focused on what you need to mainly stay focused on. You ain't even going to see all the stuff around you that's causing chaos if you stay focused.
And find your why. Why you want your first deal? Like, is it just for the money? Is something you got to prove? Like,
and if you got kids, why you ain't doing it yet?
Yeah. My why is like, until I made my why me, it didn't work.
Speak on that real quick, man. Like, tell me what you mean when you say that. I like that.
Because if I don't make my why me, I can't do it for the people I want to do it for. Like, if I can't, put myself first as far as learning and pushing and gathering information and networking, and I got to put myself first if I want to, grow past it so I can provide for my family better. If I want to be the man that I dream of, or that my parents think I am for some reason, like, I got to put me first for a little bit and get my boots wet, get them on the ground and just run. Like, can't hold back.
Respect. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it, man. Listen, it's been a pleasure having y'all on here, man. Look, y'all, Audrina, y'all inspiring people all over. Shout out to Darby, man. I know how much Darby loves you. My son's so grown now, and I know how Darby feel, man. He feel like a proud father, man. He been speaking life into y'all, working with y'all, doing different things with y'all, man. Like I feel like a proud grandfather or something, man. Like just seeing what y'all have done, man. Seeing y'all's growth since you came in. I've seen you having low confidence. I've seen that confidence start to grow. All the things that you're talking about tonight, Sophia pushing you, having your back. I've seen this as your coach. Like, I've seen this with my own eyes, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And I love how authentic y'all are. Y'all are who y'all are. Y'all beautiful people, man. It's dope to see somebody from your home city on here tonight, tapped in, seeing what you're doing. So yeah, man, keep pushing forward. Keep changing the culture, man. Keep inspiring people. Launch that podcast. Continue to talk about what you're doing in your business. I'm going to support you forever. You already know that. I know how much y'all hold me down. I love y'all. It means the world. You have no idea, man. I love the fact I make a post, man. I see both of y'all, right? I make a post. I see both of y'all, and I'm like, man, those are my folks right there, man.
Hey, so many people ask how we can, man.
So many people ask about you, and I even one investor, they even had asked about you. I think she joined the group as well at first, and then she was gonna get out of it. And I told her, don't. I said, because you don't see something right now, that don't mean it ain't gonna be nothing in the next month. Sometimes when you do wait, it's because it's about to be bigger.
Right.
And that loyalty thing, like we can't rock with somebody who done brought us from so far, and you know what I'm saying, not put their name out there in front of people. Like they say, every time you in a room with a bunch of people, and you know somebody who can fit right in. If you don't mention them, like, you're selfish. Yeah. Like it's about you.
That's fact. Yeah, man. Our job, man, is to push people forward, push the culture forward, and inspire people, man. The beautiful thing about the U and having so many different students from different walks of life, different situations, is that, we're all able to talk life into each other, help each other out. Because if I haven't experienced something, there's you've experienced it, or somebody else in the group has experienced it, can connect with that person, have certain conversations, and speak from a level of not just, hey, I'm way up here and I'm telling you about. It's like, yo, hey, look, like I'm going through that same thing right now too. Right. And let's help hold each other accountable and push each other forward, and continue to make things happen. So shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, I'm really glad that we did this podcast, because we've been trying to get this thing scheduled for a little bit.
And Thanksgiving.
It happened at the perfect time, man.
Yeah.
It was the perfect time. Like, cause I needed this so I could do my podcast. Cause I'd be in there like slow feet again. She be doing the same thing. You ain't gonna start it yet?
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to do real estate.
No doubt. I love it, man. Let's keep pushing it forward. What do you want to leave the people with, man? I want to hear from both of y'all, man. What do y'all want to tell the people that they need to be doing, how they need to be moving forward, how to make 2021 a super strong year, man? What's your words, man?
What would you tell them? Because I've been telling them to join the group. Get a list. I'm telling you, do the steps that Chris is telling you to do. And don't just listen and be like, okay, I'm going to write it down. Don't do it. No, do it. Take the action and actually go ahead and do it. And if you know you're going to get distracted from something else, go ahead and do it right there and then.
I love it. I love it. Bam, you gonna co-sign that. You gonna go with that one.
Nah, man, just if you actually want to be something in life and you want to live up to your best and be your best you got to take action. Like, it ain't never gonna happen sitting on your ass watching TV. I don't even care what's on Netflix no more. Like, all that stuff dead to me. So whatever you want in life, you just got to take action and know why you're doing it. Set mile markers and write out your visions and go get it. Like, if you write it and don't do it, you just writing for no reason. Like, I ain't gonna do that in school. I hate writing. Like, if I waste my time to write it, I'm going to get it.
Nah, that's facts, man. That's love. Man, listen, I sincerely appreciate y'all jumping on here tonight. It's been a pleasure. I'm sure at some point we will have to do another episode as y'all continue to grow and put your work in. What you got on your shirt, man?
I had these two of my local black business. My dog,
undefeated.
My dog Michael Russian, the best barber ever, undefeated. And she got
work in progress.
My dog Jay, work in progress.
What's his IG?
I got my other shirt on. That's my boy Street Fits.
Yeah,
What's his IG?
The one that, which one, man?
Both of the shirts.
Oh, the IG for this one is Metaphoric. Yeah, Metaphoric. The other one is Undefeated. The barbershop, Michael Russian, Undefeated. The other one is Street Fits.
Dope. I love it, man. And where can people connect with y'all? Where can they find y'all? Because, I mean, look, after meeting y'all tonight, and when people going to see this video in the future, man, people going to want to know where to get your podcast. So where can they find you on social media right now, so that when you launch that thing, because Sophia is going to make sure you launch the podcast. All right. Where can they find you so that when that drops, man, they know how to tap in and connect, man?
Mine is your Bam Bam everything. Like, everything you find Bam Bam Lynch. Like, IG, Twitter, like, everything is Bam Bam. Facebook, Snapchat is Bam Bam.
Just go look on one of my posts.
Yeah.
Go look on one of my posts and you gonna find them. How about that?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram, but most of the time I'm usually gonna find somebody. So if you're looking like you need help and you posting it, I'm going to help you.
Salute. I love it. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I will be seeing y'all inside of you. Keep being positive. Sophia, keep speaking life into this brother. Keep encouraging him, moving him forward. Bam, keep walking in your path, man, stepping into your light. Much love to both of y'all, man. Y'all know the vibes. Slow feet don't eat.
Yes.
To you, I don't even know what to tell you, man.
Are we ready for that? Look at.
Oh, you want to do that? I ain't getting in college football, so.
Hey, look, you already know the vibes, man. You already know the vibes.
Big shout out, man. Appreciate it, Coach.